Would you like to go moon gazing? You can sit in my rocking chair and admire the view. Or we could go to the moon and gaze down at Tefat. Whatever you prefer.
Hello, welcome back, my little blue bunnies. I hope you're all doing very well. So we are back as usual, and we're going to do Varka's quest today. I'm actually looking forward to this. So, first of all, please don't tell me any characters' birthdays. Thank God, because I have the thing wrong again. Yeah. That's not where I wanted to go. Thank you. Okay, Varka. Is it still here?
Huh? Where'd this letter in our bag come from? Could it just blow in on the breeze?
Hey, long time no see, my friends. What's that? You say we just met recently? For a heart that always misses its friends, every second feels like an eternity. And after such a grand adventure in Nodcry, you must have gathered quite a few stories along the way, yes? Are you perhaps looking for an old friend to talk to? Do you happen to need a bard, one who can turn your tales to verse? If so, come and catch up with me on Star Snatch Cliff. The wine is poured and the strings are already tuned. A bard. Love you, bestie.
Oh, it's from the Tone Deaf Bard. Apparently he wants to hear all about our adventures in Nodcry. Maybe we can get some tasty treats out of him in return. Come on, let's go to Star Snatch Cliff.
Yep, on foot that would be a several day trip. So I think I'll stop at a statue first because Columbina is looking a little weak. I did not need to press that. Sorry. I went the wrong way. I want to know what this stadium-looking thing was used for. Probably like a bunch of battles, or was it even a stadium? I'm obviously missing some lore.
Ah, welcome back, old friend. And how should I be addressing you these days? The honorary knight of Mondstadt? The Tumaini of Natlan? Or the great hero of Nodcry?
Just call me by my name.
Well, you sure have your finger on the pulse. We've barely caught our breath since Not Cry, but it sounds like you've already heard about what went down.
News travels fast on the wind. But before I can turn your tales into tunes, I need to hear them from the horse's mouth. My wine and my lyre are at the ready. So please, traveler, take a seat and tell me your tale.
You tell them everything that happened in Nottingham.
Amazing! Incredible! The Rahier of Solnari and the Doctor? Truly a tale for the ages! So, I'm guessing the Wild Hunt is a thing of the past now that you've defeated the Rahier of Solnari?
Seems that way. We were kind of focused on dealing with the Doctor, though.
There were still some vestiges of the Wild Hunt around, but not enough to pose a major threat.
Well, that's good to hear. Hey, now that the Northern Abyss calamity is finally resolved, Varka must be getting ready for the triumphant return of his expedition, right? I haven't seen him in the longest time. He must have so many stories to share.
I was gonna ask, you two have really met before?
Hooray! Paimon was wondering about that, too. He did call you Barbados, but weren't you still fast asleep back when he was in Mondstadt?
Let's call it half asleep. I was resting my eyes in the Thousand Winds Temple one day when I heard a commotion outside. It was a young knight who had journeyed there in search of trials and oracles after hearing some tall tales at the local tavern. In fact, all that awaited him were moss-covered walls and an angry ruin guard. But he seemed completely unfazed, laughing heartily as he sent the ruin guard's missiles flying off into the horizons.
Huh! They must have been making quite a racket if it was enough to wake up the tone-deaf bard.
Yeah, it sounded kinda like...
Hey! Is that all you've got? Whoa, bring it on!
like that.
Giving up already? You're not half as tough as Varka said.
A young knight of Favonius trekking out to the Thousand Winds Temple in search of adventure. Now there's a sight I haven't seen in a while.
A bard in green clothes. Does this mean... Oh, you're Venti? I was just wondering how I was gonna track you down.
He does very much remind me of Jax from the Amazing Digital Circus. Like, he has the same sort of personality.
Oh! So you were looking for the tone-deaf bard? Strange place to start your search.
I would have tried the Angel's Share. I would have gone to the Cat's Tail.
Hold on. Blonde hair, white hair. You must be the honorary knight. And Paimon! The Grand Master talks about you all the time.
Ooh.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Lowen, Vice Captain of the 5th Company of the Knights of Favonius and a member of the Expeditionary Force. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Oh, so you're part of the expedition, huh? Right. So that's why Paimon's never seen you around in Mondstadt. Hey, wait a second. We never saw you in Nodcry either.
That's probably because when the Wild Hunt was still running rampant, I spent most of my time out on my own, making mincemeat out of monsters. I barely went back to base at all. Then, once the Wild Hunt calmed down, I got sent back to Mondstadt. Mixed blessing, if you ask me. Sounds like I missed out on some serious action.
Sorry, I just noticed.
No wonder we never saw you while we were dealing with the doctor. So, why did Varka send you back?
Don't tell me that you...
Deliver some letters.
Yeah. I was gonna say deliver letters.
There's one for the Knights of Favonius, one for the church, another for the Dawn Winery, at least 10 of them in total.
Jeez! How many people has he sent to deliver his mail now? Mika, Inefa, Lolan. He should just hire a full-time mailman already. In fact, he's earned himself a new nickname. Let's go with... Sir Writes a Lot.
Ooh, I love it. Yeah, I'm doing well, thank you. I'm glad to see you back. It's good to see that I'm entertaining enough to bring people back. Another day, another nickname, huh, Tone Deaf Bard?
I'll have you know that poetry and letters were humanity's earliest means of expressing their thoughts. So, tone deaf or not, I wear the title of Bard with pride. And I consider Sir Writes a Lot to be quite a compliment.
Wait, really? Darn it! Maybe Paimon should come up with some harder-hitting nicknames for these two.
Why do you have to be so mean?
Anyway, since this young man has come all the way to the Thousand Winds Temple looking for me, I assume he must have a letter for me too. Am I right?
You sure are, to use the Grand Master's own words.
This one is for the Bard in green clothes. These days, I think he goes by Venti. Doesn't really have an address as such. You could start by asking around in Mondstadt, or maybe try your luck at the Thousand Winds Temple.
I figured that since there was this punching bag here, Ruin Guard, I could get some practice in while I was at it. So, I came right here the second I got back to Mondstadt.
Sorry, my off.
That Varka is so slapdash sometimes. It's a good thing we happen to be nearby.
So, what does the letter say?
Oh, he also said to remind you to write back.
Nothing in particular. Just some idle chatter between two drinking buddies. But if I'm supposed to write back this time... I'll need some time to mull over my response. Varka gave you a whole bunch of letters to deliver, right? Maybe you can head into Mondstadt and deliver the rest of them first?
My thoughts exactly, assuming I can find the way. Hopefully the roads haven't changed too much since the pre-expedition days.
Well, why don't we have Mondstadt's honorary knight escort this homeward-bound wanderer to the city? I'm sure some of the recipients of Varka's letters will turn out to be old friends of yours, too.
I have no objections.
Let's go! It's been a while since Paimon's done any guide work.
Thank you so much, honorary knight. And you, Miss Guide.
Aw.
The Abyss, the Wild Hunt, Andreas. Get home safe, Varka.
Why do my ears feel so hot all of a sudden? Is someone talking about me?
I'm downloading Genshin again, third time this week. Yeah, Genshin takes a while and it takes up way too much space. I do love the game, but I am weirdly looking forward to the break that I'm going to have after April 13th, where it's not going to be on my console because it just won't work. I used to stream Minecraft as well, but had to stop because of either an update from Genshin or Fortnite. So I would like to go back to doing that, because they've also updated their game in the last couple of months, I guess. So we'll be going back to that as soon as I get the all clear. Whenever Genshin has to retire for a while. Takes
Surely there's no way anyone found the secret stash of cash in my office. That would be terrible.
already did, big guy.
Grandmaster, bad time to get distracted.
Watch out! Enemies approaching!
Huh? Oh, it's just a few stragglers. They're no real threat to us. This expedition is almost over. We just need to deal with these final few targets, and then... we will make our triumphant return!
Hell yeah! Ooh, I gotta play with Varka! I love playing with Varka!
Stormwind! Charge! On me! Maria sweeping in!
Without the Reikir of Sonari to direct them, it seems like all that's left is their primal urge to destroy.
If this is all that the Wild Hunt can muster now, surely the Lightkeepers of Nodcry will be able to deal with what's left.
Just like I thought. What we should be wary of now is...
Grandmaster, based on Lightkeeper intel and our own reconnaissance, one of the suspected targets should be just up ahead.
Good. You know the drill. Stay here and stand guard. Leave the rest to me.
Yes, Grandmaster!
We meet again, Andreas.
So, you've returned from Mondstadt. Don't you want to see what it looks like now? I was planning to take a look around there myself. Perhaps you could be my guide.
What's this? An echo from 1,000 years ago? Everything seems normal so far. Here's hoping I'm just overthinking things. There are 2 other places to check. Maybe this will all go smoothly after all.
You know why Genshin? Because I was too addicted to it, playing 10 to 15 hours per day. Oh god, there was so a couple of Halloweens ago, I had organized a kids and adult party at the bar that I used to work at, and I mean I spent all day the day before sorting it out. I was in the bar till 4 in the morning trying to get everything set up. I was in there for open at like 6 and no wait, it wasn't 6. It's like 8 in the morning to set everything up, like make sure that everything was fine, and I hosted the kids party. Did the same thing for the adults party because I was so anxious things wouldn't go right that I insisted on being on both the adults and the kids party. So I only had like 3 hours of sleep that entire day and like 2 cups of coffee. Literally the next day, all I did was play TCG for 8 hours straight. I didn't even realize. I haven't played TCG since. But 8 hours of just rolling dice and playing cards. Didn't realize that the sun had come up and gone down. I was so exhausted, my feet hurt, and everything was so bad.
It's your turn, my friend. Come, Andreas!
Although, for returning to your old home, perhaps Andreas is a little too ostentatious.
A 16? Oh, your adventure rank is 16? Is that what you mean?
Might be better to go by.
Boreas. Huh? Injustice, corruption, iniquity. Is the surface world still as wretched and foul as ever?
Oh, you are 16. Goodness! Hello, buddy. It's been a while. How are you?
Answer me, heir to the knighthood of Boreas.
Looks like I'm not getting out of this without a fight.
AR-65. Oh, it's good. Yeah, I know, buddy. I am so sorry. I wish I could make it better. But I can't. I'm just here on the screen.
That's where things stand with the expedition. The victors will be returning home soon, so make sure to stock up on wine for the celebrations. P.S. I hope everyone's keeping up with their daily training. I'll be testing you all when I get back to make sure no one's regressed. P.P.S. I wrote individual letters for each and every one of you. Don't forget to write back.
That's all.
How you gain XP? Gain XP by just doing the quests, going for chests, and even doing your teapot thing. That also helps. And also, Finesse, I am doing very well. I'm very happy. I've got Shalomin's birthday cake ready to go for the morning. It's not the best. I feel like I could have done better, but I feel like I'm on a time crunch with these birthday cakes at the moment. After Jean, I actually need to draw up Mizuki's. Oh crap, the Sunday's gonna be just doing Mizuki's birthday cake. Fun!
Everyone gets one? Wow! Sir Writes-A-Lot is really living up to his name.
Oh, how to gain X? I think just by commenting, and I think like sending emojis and stuff like that. I think that can help. Yeah, XP on YouTube would just be like comments and stuff like that. I think. What is it even used for? I don't think it's used for anything. I think it just shows like fans. They take up so much time. Like, I'll give you a sneak peek because I haven't done it yet. There you go. There's Shalomins. I mean, I tried. I don't like Shalomin too much. And then like I've already got Jean's ready to color, but like it's hard. And then I've also got Mizuki's on Monday, which hasn't started yet, and Noelle's is next Saturday. And then Aoife and Ayato are the day after, and Siege Wing shares a birthday with me, so.
I guess the Grand Master must have something specific to say to each of us. Even I got a letter, and I'm not a real knight yet.
Don't say that. You're a knight. You are a real knight.
Jean? Oh, yes. That's our Grand Master for you.
By the way, anyone know where I can find the cavalry captain? I have a letter for him as well.
Oh, nice. I started to see her live from day before yesterday.
You mean Kaya?
He said he was
Yes.
meeting a friend from the church at the Angel Share.
Rosaria. I'm Candy. Yes, you are. You're a new Blue Bunny.
Allegedly for work. Said he was exchanging intel. But I'd say there's a 50-50 chance he's just there for a drink.
The Angel Share? Intelligence from the Church of Favonius?
Paimon bets there'll be lots of familiar faces there. How about we deliver Kaya's letter? And these are there too as well!
Really? Oh, that would be a great help, thank you.
Our thanks to you too, Lowen. The other knights will help distribute the remaining letters. You've had a long journey. Please go get some rest.
Yeah, I mean, the XP, I don't really know what the XP is for. I think it's maybe for something later down the line. If, like, I can't do certain things until I reach a specific, like, follower group. But I don't know. I don't watch other lives. I do this for fun. And I don't know. So, my knowledge about it is very limited, unfortunately.
Great, but I won't be resting just yet. I have one last letter to deliver to Wolvendom. This one, I was planning on delivering personally. I heard that another challenger recently passed Boreas's trial. Well, with any luck, that wolf might be willing to reveal himself to me, too.
Very well, but please remember to show respect to the local wolves.
I will. Goodbye.
I want Lohan. I really do. He's fun. He better be on the next battle. Clearly something is bothering Jean. I should talk to her before going to the Angel Share. Is this the door? Yeah. Wait, no, that wasn't the door. Wrong one! I just saw a button and I pressed it. No, it's above, isn't it? My bad, my bad. I'll be doing some recordings for a new video to, well, for a new script for a video tomorrow. I found a new mobile game that I want to talk about. I say it's a mobile game, but you can also get it on Steam, so you know. It's a new game that I want to try and talk about. Why is it frozen over my solitary confinement?
The Grand Master wrote in his letter that the Boom Blossom Bombs we sent worked really well. He wants to know if we've made any more.
Uncle Varka's coming home? Yay! I can't wait to go outside and play with him!
Varka, why are you sending the arsonist material? No! Bad influence! Is it for mother is I don't know. Like, even the other knights are, like, standing around talking about what they got. That's
Honorary Knight, you're still here?
I'll be setting off shortly, but it seems like something's on your mind.
Is it that obvious?
Huh? But Varka's coming back. The situation in Nokrai is stable. Surely things are looking up.
True. From what you and Lowen have told me, the expedition has indeed accomplished its strategic objectives. It seems that Mondstadt no longer faces any threat from the perils of the North, be they the Wild Hunt or the Doctor. And yet, for some reason, I can't help but recall something the Grandmaster said to me before he left.
Jean is the best girl. She's great. I know there's not much difference between, like, the outfits for her, because she's got two. But I do like this one more. I like that her chest is more covered. It looks more professional. Yo-Yo, I've seen many shorts on to open Venus eyes. You want to try? Ooh, frick yeah! You tell me about that in a minute. Let's just sort Jean out, and then we'll.
If I don't make it back from this expedition, you'll have to assume the mantle of Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius. If it comes to that, remember to train the next Knight of Boreas in my stead.
Who's the next Knight of
I've planted some promising seeds in Mondstadt, but they still need time to grow. Some have yet to master the art of social interaction. Some don't yet understand that they too need protecting. And some, well, some might not even want to be a knight yet.
Show yourself. Show yourself. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Why? Here. No, come here. No. Down. I'm trying to show you my puppy. Come here. Say he's a puppy. He's not anymore. He's like one. Wait, no. You're. No, you are one. You're two this year. He's two this year. Ugh. There we go. No, come here. Come here. This is Muncie. Today doesn't like me because I disturbed him. No, he's gonna scratch his ass now. There we go, there's Muncie. Stop it! Come here. Look up. So cute to see. I love him. Stop licking the inside of my arm. Hello, Mopsy, long time no see. You're getting hellos. You're getting hellos. You swear one day you're gonna be. Oh, there you go. One day he's gonna be a famous dog. Okay, enough. Okay, enough. Okay. I don't want your attention, but then you get like chill. Just slobber all over my arm now. You want out? Oh yeah. That's garbage. I'm home, Moxie. Or someone home, Moxie. Oh. I put the AC on, boy. Go. Just wanna go.
What's wrong? There's no need to frown. I'm going on an expedition, not marching to my death. This is all just a contingency plan in the event that I'm unable to return.
I'm forcing to leave.
Until I return, I leave them in your care.
The lineage of the Knights of Boreas has nearly been extinguished twice in Mondstadt's history. The first wandering knight to claim the title arrived in Mondstadt 1,000 years ago, along with his wolf companion. He was as free as the wind. He left no succession plan behind. Even his name was lost to history. The title of Boreas could have disappeared from Mondstadt just as he did, but he had an informal disciple, a knight named Ravenwood, who admired the Knight of Boreas greatly. Ravenwood's valor and swordsmanship earned him the wolf spirit's recognition. When the old aristocracy tried to regain power, Ravenwood came once more to Mondstadt's defense. From then on, the title of Knight of Boreas was passed down from generation to generation within the Knights of Favonius.
Wolf spirit? You mean that big blue wolf in Wolfendom?
Correct. As you may already know, the Wolf of the North is the surviving spirit of an ancient god. And the Knight of Boreas serves as an intermediary between him and humanity. Lupus Boreas, who had never known what it meant to love, came to understand it through the journey with his human companion. In the end, he chose to allow his power to become one with the land. This was once a well-known tale in Mondstadt, but these days, few people are aware that the starting point of the Wolf King's journey was not Mondstadt, but Nodcry.
Huh?
Oh, okay. Could it be he set up from the royal court for the Seelie?
The great Wolf King of the North came here from Nodcry, although he doesn't like to speak of his past. In fact, he rarely shows himself to people at all nowadays. As such, this tale can only be found deep within the Knights of Favonius library. Even among the Knights of Favonius, few are aware of it.
Sayu! How are you? I hope you're well.
The Grand Master didn't disclose any concrete objectives before departing on his expedition. I couldn't help but wonder whether it might somehow be related to Nodcry's Wolf of the North.
I'll do some horror. You do some horror games too, because it would be interesting. Yeah, not in 1,000 years will you catch me playing any horror games. I would rather cut off my fingers. Like, here's the thing with me whenever it comes to horror, right? I spent a good part of my teenage years absolutely loving stories around like Slenderman and his proxies. I drew nothing but monsters, demons, psychopaths, murderers for some reason, and that is the extent it will go. I will read fan fiction on like horror, I will read horror, that is absolutely fine. Video games, some animation, and any sort of movies, not a chance in hell. I hate jump scares with a passion. It took me so long to get into like zombie games and stuff, and I only played those with my brother. I actually do like Left 4 Dead, for example, but it took me so long to get into it. It was insane, but I only got into it because I wanted to play with my brother. I'm getting on track. Which quest is this? This is Varka's quest, and I'm so glad to hear that you're doing well. Honestly, I really, really am. So what? No, the answer to horror games is an absolute no. Not a chance in hell.
I kept my speculations to myself, however. Sharing them would only spread unwarranted suspicion toward the Four Winds among the people of Mondstadt.
Here's the other thing. I've also written my own like character stories and for around horror. So I don't know. My thing with horror is weird. When is the next update? That is a good question. When is the next update in Genshin Impact? 8th of April. Is that also when they're shutting down? I thought it was 13th, but when is Genshin no longer supported on PS4? Oh, okay, I'm not getting that update. April 8th is when I don't have Genshin to play anymore.
You experienced the turmoil caused by Deval and the East Wind's
I'm
actions
not
for
gonna get
yourself.
Lohan.
Surely you can understand my concern?
I wanted to get him, but I don't think that's happening.
No wonder Varka wasn't clear about his motives. Is that what he was worried about?
My horror laugh? What's my horror laugh? Is that my one whenever I get the sniper in Fortnite? Is that it? My little That's more like my witchy one.
Very possibly. He was probably also reserving judgment. Having heard about your experiences in Nodcry, I now suspect that the Grand Master hadn't yet ascertained the true identity of our enemy at that time.
I won't be able to get the update because they're also no longer updating for the PS4 anymore. So yeah, it would be just because I don't have to. I'm on the PS4. However, I will be able to still play. My husband has the Xbox Series S, I think. And any rewards that come through for him, I can ask my dad back in Kent if he can get the rewards for me. He's already said yes. He's just said, "Can you remind me when it happens?" And I said yes. So my father will be getting my rewards for me. Woo! I got the best dad ever. Because he has a PS5 and my account is already on there. So that helps. I'm actually not scared of jump scares, but your horror laugh is something I get concerned about. Lovely.
And as it turns out, the calamity born in the north wasn't an ancient god, but rather the Wild Hunt and the Doctor. I guess we were both jumping to conclusions.
You're going to need to, clip my evil laugh, because I don't know what you're talking about. Not really. Well, always better to be over-prepared than caught off guard. Facing the worst-case scenario with no backup plan would have been far worse.
Yes, I completely agree. The tide can turn rapidly in times of battle. It's a leader's responsibility to prepare for every possible contingency.
Also, I think tomorrow I am going to play Fortnite. Tomorrow and the day after. And then go back into Sim Sunday, so it'll be in episode 7. I love doing Sim Sunday. That's like my highlight of my week. I don't know if that's sad or not.
Even if his contingency plan never needs to be put into action, I'm sure the Grand Master is relieved to know that it's in place.
Just gonna go over here. Wait, have I already taken it? I've already taken it. Oh wait, no. What? Sword split up here? Oh, is it because, I think it's because of the quest. Okay. I'm gonna go, I need to finish my exam. You will pass your exams! Goodbye. The blue bunny blessing. I need a sticker that says blue bunny blessing and just be like a witch bunny or something like that. I can't wait to figure out how to make stickers. I swear to God, I'm going to next year start doing stickers and merchandise and stuff like that. I'm hoping. And I that will be one. I'm actually gonna write that down. Where's my pen? Where's my pen? I have lots of pens, but I don't know where my writing one. Oh, I threw it. I threw it at my husband who's down on the side of the bed. Come out with a couple of concept designs or something like that. The Genshin birthdays, I love doing their birthday cakes, but they can be a bit of a stressed for me, actually, because I've missed Bennett's birthday. Despite both his takes being, like, drawn up and pen-lined, I've missed it because I didn't have enough time to finish him. And then Shin has popped up out of nowhere. Like, I didn't realize it was his birthday. Her birthday, sorry. I'll show you what I mean, right? Where's Bennett's? There's so many of these now. Where's Bennett's? Give it a sec.
When you're mixing drinks in hot weather, start by pouring in cold water and add ice cubes. Then drain out the water before adding the other ingredients. How's that for a secret recipe? Maybe it's worth a little intel in return.
Okay, so Bennett's one's right. I got two. One based on his Natlin outfit, and the other one based on his, like, normal outfit. I was going to finish these, but I couldn't. But you know what? I'm gonna say at least they're drawn up, and then next year, whenever I turn them into stickers, all I have to do is color them. But we shall see. I actually regret not getting a Bennett of all people. I did him too, specifically because he technically doesn't have a birthday this year.
Please. I've known that little trick for a good 10 years at least. You'll have to offer something a little more substantial if you're serious about trading.
I know there's no one else in the tavern right now, but do you two really need to talk so loudly? Especially if you're supposed to be exchanging confidential information.
Kaya! Rosaria! D-Luke! Paimon knew we'd find you here.
Looks like it's about to get even noisier.
A little liveliness never killed anyone. Traveler, Paimon, what brings you our way?
I have a letter for each of you. You deliver Varka's letters to
Please allow me to once again express my sincere condolences regarding your late father and the incident with Eric. We make absolutely no excuse for his crimes. I hope you will give some serious consideration to the question I asked you before I left, though I'm sure you're tired of hearing me ask by now. The Knights of Favonius will always welcome you.
From the look on your face, I'm guessing the Grand Master is still refusing to drop it?
He nags like an old man. It's hardly surprising.
Huh? Drop what? What's this?
Nothing, really. Before leaving on the expedition, Varka came here to chat with me over a drink. I failed to avoid him. He, asked me if I'd consider rejoining the Knights of Favonius, and I declined. He expressed his regret about everything that happened, and asked me to reconsider. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, right. Sounds like you skipped a lot of details. There's clearly more to it.
I don't know why Genshin suddenly woke up and made Varka huge. And by huge, I mean really big men. I know, but like, I love it. It's like, we finally got a new character model for the men. We got one with the girls with Varessa. Now we got one for the men, and they're taller and they're bulkier. There are two ways I want, what's his name? Kleiner? I think his name's Kleiner, Cleesad. There's two ways I want to see that man go, and it's either the same type of body type and sort of style as a Varka, like big, bulky, and manly, or sort of in the same way as Kaveh. You know, there's two ways, and there's the only two ways that I see it going. I mostly see it going the Kaveh route, though, so, you know.
Whatever details I chose to omit are in the past. Dragging them back up now serves no purpose.
I think before Varka, Wriothesley was biggest and tallest man, but now he's... That is very true. And also they knew we were gonna like do what we did with Child and Risley regarding like their, you know, getting them in a certain position so we can compare certain sizes down there. So they made the cape cover his ass. Oh, the Genshin community, the Genshin developers are learning. They are learning. And the fact that makes me angry that they made his design so good, but made his kit so second Chaska. To be fair, if we complain enough, they could change it. I mean, they did that with Zhongli, right? His shield and kit was so bad at the beginning that they quite literally had to change up the whole thing, because why the hell was the Geo Archon the weakest character in the game at the time? So, you know, with enough complaining, we'll get our way. We always do.
You say that now, but back then, you couldn't let it go. You and the Knights of Favonius were constantly at odds.
I wasn't seeing the full picture. I've had a lot of time to reflect since then.
And even Chaska has been played with at least other different elements, but you can't add any third element to Varka's team or he loses so much damage. Just Animo and any other Pyro, Electro, Cryo, Hydro. Yeah, to be fair, I found that really annoying that basically, oh yeah, it needs to be Varka, Durin, and Venti, and then like anyone else you want for it to work properly. They are making it a lot harder for people to just play the way they want to, because it's now, oh yeah, you need to have these characters to do Luna reactions. You need to have these ones in order to do whatever the frick Natlan does, and you also need these ones now. Yeah, you know those Mondstadt characters that were completely fine and didn't have all these attachments? Yeah, now you need them to do like a Hexen circle thingy. But thanks. A game where it was easy to make teams is now hard as hell.
But my answer remains unchanged. I'm not rejoining the Knights of Favonius.
It's not like it's bad, it's just hard to get the characters you want now, particularly as a free-to-play. Particularly if you're an older player as well, and you've got like a lot of your exploration done, you've done a lot of your quests, and you're constantly grinding, but then eventually, you know, all those primo gems, they go away until the next patch, like. Because now I'm struggling, like, don't know what to do. I've got like 2 other character quests to do, but they're not gonna give me much. And I'm trying with Natlan, but Natlan is so hard to like complete in terms of expedition.
Both the Grandmaster and the acting Grandmaster are too upright and honorable. I can't see the shadows that lurk beneath them due to the size of the organization they lead. They need someone on the outside to keep watch vigilantly.
If I had a Mora for every time I've heard you repeat that argument. I actually don't disagree with the first part of what you said, but don't you think someone can keep tabs on things from the inside?
When you join an organization, you're bound by its rules, no matter how free it may seem on the surface.
You think so? Never mind the Knights. Have you honestly ever been bound by the rules of the Church?
Good question. Have you considered that maybe that's why I chose to join the Church and not the Knights to begin with?
Are they arguing or not? It's kind of hard to tell.
They're not arguing. They just have different ways of protecting those around them.
Oh, like the contingencies Jean was talking about. The more ways they have to protect their home, the better. Huh? Traveler?
Witching is okay because even 4-star characters like Official Sucrose can trigger it, but the lunar reactions are worse, and it's the thing that only limits 5-star characters can trigger them. Yeah, which is really fucking bad. Yeah, because you need to have at least 2 characters. I know it doesn't count. I know, I'm confused. I'm thinking about my husband's Flynn's team. Because he has Flynn's, typically Zhongli, and then it's Aino and Inefa. I think, yeah, they trigger it fine, I guess. But still, like, that was mostly me running around for him while he worked looking for Primo Gems so that he could pull two 5-star characters to pull off the reaction that he needed. I wonder if this is exactly what Varka was hoping for.
What should I report back to the Grand Master on? Let me think. Public order inside the city? Monster activity in the wild? Oh, and a review of the latest vintages. I think I'll leave it at that.
See you later, Sayu. I hope everything's well. Okay. D-Luke. Hi, D-Luke.
My reply won't be a long one, as usual. I'm sure Varka won't be surprised.
Dear Varka. No. That letter is going to literally just be Dear Varka. No. Okay. Is she upstairs? Why?
If you hadn't had to deliver that guy's mail, you wouldn't have been subjected to all this tedious arguing. When I write back, I'll tell him to quit making trouble for other people.
It's no trouble. Lowen did most of the work. We just volunteered to do the last leg of the journey. Mostly so we could come say hello.
Besides, I wouldn't really call that an argument. You just have different ideas of how to protect Mondstadt.
So you see what's really going on here? All 3 of us fell for that old rascal's scheme far too readily.
Huh? Scheme? What do you mean? Was Varka lying in his letters then?
No. While I'm sure Varka knows full well that D-Luke would never agree to rejoin the Knights, I believe the sentiments he expressed were genuine, as was his offer to welcome D-Luke back. There are people like Kaya and I, and then there are those who are true champions of justice to the core. Those people are the most susceptible to being driven to extremes by great upheaval. It's happened in Mondstadt before. Not only that, but it happened to a Knight of Boreas. That'll really hit home for Varka. And that's why his nagging is even more persistent than usual.
Champion of justice driven to extremes? You're saying that happened to a Knight of Boreas?
Yeah. So no one's told you this before? The lineage of the Knights of Boreas had nearly been extinguished twice in history. The first was at its inception. The second was the case I was alluding to.
Oh! Wasn't Jean telling us about this? Wait, and then we got caught up talking about the expedition, and we never got around to the second time.
I happened to hear about it from Varka once when he was drinking and started yammering on. The second crisis in the Knights of Boreas lineage. It was 500 years ago. Although the Knights of Boreas are meant to be intermediaries between humans and wolves, in practice, very few of them have been truly recognized by Lupus Boreas over the past millennium. Of those who have, the best known are the first Knight of Boreas, Ravenwood, the wolf pup Rostam, and Varka himself. But 500 years ago, there was one who earned the respect of Boreas even before gaining the title. He was a disciple of Rostam. They thought he would become the mightiest knight of Boreas who ever lived. He was the perfect knight. Righteous, principled. His name was Roland, the blood-stained knight.
Yikes! Bloodstained Knight? That sounds a little ominous.
Well, apparently his original title was the White Knight, but he lost countless comrades during the Abyssal Calamity 500 years ago, including his tutor and mentor, Rostam. The endless bloodshed stained his sword and armor a crimson as deep as black, transforming the White Knight into the Blood-Stained Knight. After that, he threw himself completely into battling monsters, leaving Mondstadt and the Knights of Favonius behind. To this day, no one knows his final whereabouts. It's hard to say whether the loss of an important figure in his life is what drove him to the point of obsession, or whether he was already too far gone to save. But had he known that the Knights of Favonius would always welcome him back, perhaps things would have turned out differently. So if you want my opinion, the reason why Varka keeps asking Diluc to rejoin, despite knowing that he'll never say yes, is to let him know you're not alone. After all these years, he's still as persistent as ever. Just like how he used to be with me.
Huh. Turns out Varka's a lot more thoughtful than he lets on. Paimon had the wrong idea about him. Anyway, there's still something about this whole Boreas business that Paimon isn't really getting. Wasn't Andreas a god in Mondstadt thousands of years in the past? If so, why did Jean say that Boreas and the Wandering Knight only arrived here just 1,000 years ago? Plus, Paimon's super curious about what happened to Roland.
Shall we go get answers straight from the horse's or wolf's mouth? We can meet up with Lohan and Woldington while we're at it.
That's a great idea! Jean said he hasn't been showing himself much lately, but he always seems happy to oblige whenever you show up. Let's go!
Everyone's back to the drink. Bye, Yes, I am. Occasional drinker, more like every occasion drinker. The sun has risen, it's time for a drink. The sun is set, it's time for a drink. My voice is echoing? To be fair, it was doing that before. It shouldn't be echoing.
Come in, take a seat.
My
We have
phone
a few
is muted.
specials today at Angel
My phone
Share.
is muted.
Come take a look.
I don't want to put these on. Really don't want to hear my own voice. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, no, that's fine.
Come in, take a seat.
I hate
We have a
hearing
few
my own
specials
voice.
today at Angel Share.
Not like, at least while I'm actually talking, I hate it. Like I don't like it being repeated back to me. But as long as, like, oh, I can listen to it while I edit a video, for example. That's fine. Anywho, Wolvington.
What's going on here? Was Wolvendom always like this? Paimon has a bad feeling about this. The Wild Hunt? What are they doing here? Watch out!
Damn, this is bad.
Shine down!
Everyone hold hands.
A new moon rises. Whoa. A moonlit night for all.
Gather! Illusion shattered!
Surge. New moons converge.
Solidify!
Shine down!
A new moon rises. Wave.
What am I looking at?
Oh,
What
are you alright?
In my orders. You bought a microphone! Maybe.
That's the last thing that we need.
Yeah, pretty much.
So we will just construct that over there, like that.
I mean,
Yeah,
here's
we're not buying the older one. I am just we are constructing one. I think that's fine.
yeah. If you leave it like blank wood, don't put like a bunch of mirrors on it. Like put one mirror on it maybe. But if you leave it blank wood, we put posters and shit there. You know what I mean?
We put our shit in the toilet.
Put posters and stuff there, so that like there's something to display.
Why is your voice echoing?
Huh?
Why is
It's
your
not. It isn't. I put my headphones on and it's not echoing. Yeah, told you. Stay alert, there's still something nearby.
Oh no! What now? There better not be more Wild Hunt monsters!
No, cancel the order.
You scared Paimon stiff! She thought you were...
Stop right there! Answer me this. The 2 letters I gave you, who are they for?
2 letters? Wasn't it 3?
It does sound like guesses, doesn't it? There were 3. Kaya, Diluc, and Rosaria.
Okay. Well, Paimon's coolest naive expression doesn't appear to be an act.
Hey! What are you trying to say? Wait, what are you trying to say, huh? Huh?
He's saying we passed the test.
Paimon passed a test? Really? Huh! She didn't even realize she was taking one!
Evidently.
You may dispense with your suspicions. The Wolfpack has borne witness. They fought against the aberrations that encroached upon this land. And our attackers showed no ability to disguise themselves this time. Ah, a familiar scent. Come. I will await you at the usual grounds.
Well, if the boss of Wolvendom has vouched for you, I guess I should apologize for doubting you just now.
It always pays to remain It always pays to remain vigilant. Were you attacked by the Wild Hunt too?
Sure was. Fortunately, my experience in Nodcry didn't go to waste. Turns out the Wild Hunt all feel the same when you stab them. They didn't stand a chance. Something seems wrong with that old wolf, though. Go on. You should check on him.
No.
What?
No.
What?
He's Sino.
He's Sino? Ah, a little disappointed. I love the voice actor for Sino, but like, he sounds so much like Jax.
Lupus Boreas, not injured. Why so weak? Am I not strong enough?
You are not to blame. With your Iron Claw, you successfully blocked their attacks. However, their assault went beyond the mere physical world. They followed my trail from the distant north across the ley lines. They sought to corrupt the territory I protect. But I shall not let them succeed without a fight.
A trial started in the north? So they came from Nodcry?
We meet again, human Lupical.
So, are you saying that the Wild Hunt we just got attacked by came all the way from Nodcry to Mondstadt? How is that even possible?
As you know, I stand before you as an incomplete being. I am but one remnant of the god Andreas' soul. The source of this turmoil. I can sense it. It lies in the north. It is the part of me that remains in Nodcry, from whence I came.
Huh? Now Paimon's even more confused. How can he be in two places at once?
Are all gods like this? Do you all like to split yourselves into multiple parts? Bit of a call out. Greater Lord Rikadavada and Hida. Fosalor and Farina.
Lord Wolverine.
Wrong universe, but okay. Trying to think. No, that's it, isn't it? It's quite literally them two.
Also, he looks like I wrongly said. Lawrence's voice actor is not that bad. Not Sino's voice actor. Lawrence's voice actor is the brother of that main character from Stranger Things, and he looks like a girl.
Okay.
For many gods, housing a part of their soul within an object is no difficult feat. But those who can perform such delicate partitions as this are rare, even among the gods. The Wolf King, Andreas, was particularly adept in this art. Otherwise, no remnants of his soul would have survived till the present day.
Huh? The bard's back?
Toadif Bard? What are you doing here?
Maybe the god of Animo guided me here. For it appears that someone is in need of a tale from the distant past. And our wolf friend doesn't seem too keen on recounting it himself. Who better than a bard to do the honors? Lord Boreas, do I have your blessing to share this story?
As you wish.
Lupus Boreas wandered the frozen tundra and stumbled into the Sealy Hall. Enchanted by their song, tender as the dawn starlight, and curious about the ways of humankind, the wolf bade farewell to his home and set off for the city to the south. As the high tower crumbled and the fierce winds fell silent, Lupus Boreas, who once had hunted with the storm winds himself, looked within and inquired, was the shelter he provided for humanity really any different from that given by the reclusive king in his tower? The wolf entrusted those under his protection to a new god and quietly returned to the frozen north. There, in a palace long since abandoned by its former master, the great wolf closed his eyes and slept. 500 bitter winters passed, then 500 equally frigid springs. He slumbered undisturbed until a night stumbled in from the cold, just as Lupus Boreas had once done at the Seelie Hall, and awoke him at long last. The knight asked the wolf to join him on a journey south, to see once more the land that had all but faded from his memory. The gentle wolf, unwilling to refuse the human's earnest plea, split his soul into two halves and left his home once more. Seeing how the ice and snow had given way to verdant plains, hearing the laughter and song that now filled the once somber city, the aging Lupus Boreas turned to his friend, the god of Animo, and remarked,
I think it's the sword in that image. I think I have that one. I'm gonna double check in a minute.
"So, this is the world the humans dreamed of." Though the knight's journey was not yet over, the wolf chose to bid farewell to his companion here. He had written the end to his story. What knowledge he had been gifted flowed into the land. Everything he was, he gave unto the world. Well, that's how a bard would tell the tale. Lord Boreas, is there anything you'd like to add?
There is no need for you to ask that question.
So that's what happened. You returned to Mondstadt with that knight 1,000 years ago, and then, for the sake of the new Mondstadt, you...
You need not feel remorse on my account. That was my answer, my decision. If anyone should feel regret, it is the part of me who remained in Notcry. I fear Andreas has not found peace in his heart even to this day. That is surely why those vile aberrations were able to exploit his weakness, sowing the seeds of all the turbulence that has ensued.
But we followed Boreas' trail in Nodcry. We investigated and discovered no signs of instability.
Andreas should still be slumbering by the lakeside. Perhaps all the recent turmoil in Notcry has had unforeseen consequences. And there's more. I detect another familiar scent from across the ley lines. A scent that reeks of blood.
Could it be Roland, the Bloodstained Knight?
Oh, the White Knight who became the Bloodstained Knight? The mightiest knight of Boreas? But wasn't he from 500 years ago? You think he's immortal or something?
I remember him as just a man. His lifespan should be no longer than any other of his kind. But before he severed his connection to Boreas, his final destination, it was the ancient kingdom of Conria, as you call it. Beyond that, I know not if he lived or died.
Conria, 500 years ago?
If you want to get to the bottom of this, I'm afraid you'll have to make another trip to Nodcry yourselves. As luck would have it, another old friend of ours just so happens to be free right now. If you ask him nicely, he might give you a lift. That could save you a lot of time on the road.
No wonder I can suddenly sense the east wind's presence.
If even Mondstadt has been affected by the fallout, Nodcry must be in real trouble by now. I hope Varka can handle it.
Varka? Is he in danger?
I believe too many passengers would slow our dear friend down. I fear he only has room to carry one person, along along with perhaps a diminutive companion.
I understand. I'll go.
Alright, wish it could be me, but I accept that we should send our strongest warrior to fight Nodcry's battles. I'll stay here and deal with any wild hunt that try harassing Mondstadt. It'll be a good chance to try out some new moves.
I stay in Mondstadt too. With Traveler's help, Varka will be safe.
Razor, give me your iron claw. Golden-haired traveler, give this token to the current knight of Boreas.
What's this?
It is a wolf spirit. It contains my power arts. Though I have given him a piece before, this should bring him new strength.
The Dominator of Wolves once bestowed the power of his soul upon his pack, strengthening their hearts and sharpening their claws and fangs.
But human hearts and flesh cannot bear the soul of a wolf directly. It would be akin to forcefully merging a human and a wolf into one being. They would descend into chaos. To prevent the entanglement of souls, the most I can do is temporarily house my power and thoughts within claws and fangs wrought of steel. Although, truth be told, that knight does not lack for power. What he needs more is the thoughts within. But I shall leave this for him to explain.
Is it safe to separate a piece of the wolf spirit at a time like this?
The Great Wolf King of the North remains strong for now. Besides, do I not have the protection of my Lupacol?
I will protect Lupacol. The North and Varka, I leave to you.
Just give me the word whenever you're ready.
I'm real. Yeah, I'm so good.
Any questions before you set off? Better ask now. All right. Over to you, Dvalin.
Hell yeah! I'm quiet today. Half an hour left and we're good.
The Knight of Boreas awaits below. We must part ways here. Barbatos and I have other plans. We will meet you again later.
Alright! Hey, wait! How are we getting down?
Skydive!
Hold the line! The enemy's on the brink of collapse!
Grandmaster! It's...
Haha! Reinforcements! It's about time!
Alright, reporting for duty, Grandmaster.
And Paimon too!
Let's cut to the chase. What's the situation?
We're just about hanging in there. Most of their grunts are taken care of now. Their leader's gonna have to make a decision soon. Fight or flight? What will it be, mightiest knight of Boreas?
As expected, this hastily summoned Wild Hunt horde is nothing but a disorganized rabble. A mere shadow of the forces gathered by the Rahir of Solmari. But they have served their purpose. I now understand your tactics, and you, in turn, understand mine. This is fair. This is the way of chivalry. Farewell, heir to the knighthood of Boreas. Whether...
Oh shit.
Guess they're retreating for now.
So that Wolf of the North lookalike, that was Andreas? But why would he be leading the Wild Hunt? And why was he talking about the Bloodstained Knight? Ugh, forget that. We can save the details for later. He was the enemy boss, right? Are we just gonna let him get away?
Ah, there's no point chasing after him. We've crossed blades already, and it ended in a stalemate. Right now, there's nothing we could do about him.
Why? As strong as he might look, surely he can't be any stronger than the foes we've fought before.
True. We're still not certain of his true identity, but whether he's a god corrupted by the Abyss or a legendary knight, killing him might be just about possible, especially now that you're here. The difficult part is, we can't kill him right now.
Huh? What do you mean? Is he immortal or something?
No. Judging from our skirmishes so far, I don't think he's got any special abilities of that caliber. Nor does he have the ridiculous level of power wielded by the Five Sinners. But, compared to Rerir, our current foe clearly has a better understanding of how to exploit Nodcry to his advantage. Particularly when it comes to Andreas' remnant soul.
So what you're really worried about isn't so much the enemy himself, but the god remains.
Exactly. Sounds like you realize what the crux of the issue is. I managed to cut off a sample from our foe, which Albedo and Durin are analyzing as we speak. Meanwhile, our other allies should be making their way home from their own battles by now. Let's discuss this further when they're back. We still have some big challenges ahead before this expedition can finally be declared a victory.
Talking about god remains, you may as well get Shao in here. He's an expert at dealing with them, right? Now, if you excuse me, I'm just going to have a quick break. I will be back.
I used to take long walks in Silvermoon Hall every day, so don't worry about me. I can keep up. Would you like to go moon gazing? You can sit in my rocking chair and admire the view. Or we could go to the moon and gaze down at Tefat. Whatever you prefer.
I'm there. Give it to me.
The meeting's probably gonna be in the biggest tent, right? Looks like a bunch of people are there already. Why don't we go chat with them?
Hey, Honorary Knight. Looks like pretty much everyone's here. Albedo and Durin are just wrapping up their analysis. You want to wait for them here? Great. While we're waiting, could you update me on the situation in Mondstadt?
After updating Varka on the situation in Mondstadt, you explained the relationship between them.
And that's where things stand. The Wild Hunt is no longer under the Reikir of Solnari's control, but it has been reborn from the ashes and is now launching widespread attacks. Intel from the Frostmoon Scions and the Curatorium of Secrets corroborates this. No disturbances have been detected in the space where Rere resides. What we are facing here is a completely new foe.
Summarizing current situation. To confirm, the present leader of the Wild Hunt is the creature resembling a wolf. Andrius, god of the North Wind.
More precisely, it's the external will that has seized control of Andrius' spirit, namely Roland, the Bloodstained Knight.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. I'm completely lost. Isn't Roland some Mondstadter from like 500 years ago? How'd he suddenly get wrapped up with a god from 1,000 years in the past and the present-day Wild Hunt?
Allow us to explain that part. Are you familiar with compensation mechanisms? When an organism sustains damage, relevant tissues will undergo changes to offset the loss of function. For example, when one kidney is damaged, the other will be strengthened to compensate. Or, when a main artery is blocked, the collateral vessels become more active. Similarly, when the Wild Hunt lost their leader, the Abyss harnessed the memories that flow throughout the ley lines to fashion a new one, fit for the present circumstances. That new leader is a mirror image of Roland, the Bloodstained Knight.
So that wasn't the real Roland, but rather an abyssal imitation?
Right. No matter how strong the compensation is, it will never quite match the functionality of the original organ. The Roland replica can't possibly imitate Rere's overwhelming power, nor his ability to disguise himself as others. So, the Abyss made use of the connection between Roland and Boreas to compensate for this lack of power.
The replica corrupted and took control of Andrius as he slumbered by the bank of Amsvartnir, ultimately manifesting as the giant beast that you all witnessed. However, exactly why the Abyss chose Roland to mimic, and indeed how it was able to do so, remains unclear.
I guess he must have gotten caught up with the Abyss or Nodcry somehow during his wanderings through Tevat. But we can keep those questions on the back burner.
Okay, Paimon gets all that, but what did you mean when you said we can't kill him right now?
We can't kill him right now because a dead god may prove more dangerous than a living one. From intelligence gathered during the expedition, we have reason to believe that the power released when a god is felled can have catastrophic consequences for us mortals.
Like when the tower fell in Stormterror's lair, or when the humans turned to salt beneath. Oh yeah, whenever this human turned to salt beneath Terrae?
Worse still, the wrath that remains after a god's passing becomes a source of endless turmoil. Once god remains contaminate the land, they will persist for thousands of years.
Like the Tarigami on Yoshuri Island and Tatasuna? Tatarasuna, or the karmic debt borne by Yakshas for millennia.
This land has already been ravaged by the Wild Hunt. If we add god remains to the mix, it'd be like adding salt to an open wound, placing everyone who lives here in perilous danger.
Query. While I can indeed find records of disasters caused by god remains in my database, there also appear to be cases of gods dying naturally with no ill effects. In that land, the passing of the Pyro-Archon's flame is a common occurrence throughout history, and even the part of Andreas who remains in Mondstadt has experienced death once before, has he not?
Great question. Glad you asked. Honorary Knight, you said Lupus Boreas gave you a token to pass on to me? Please, present it now. It should help explain things faster. Come forth, Boreas!
This form has come to the end of its time. I'm afraid I can accompany you no further on your journey. My soul will fall into silence, and my power will flow into the ley lines of this land. Perhaps this is all that a wolf can hope to do for humankind. Do not grieve for me, for this is the end I have chosen. Instead, remember that one day, your wandering too must come to an end. Where and when shall that be? A final wish before I slumber. Sing me a song. That melody you so often hummed in the taverns.
What was that?
You saw it too. You must have keen powers of perception. Not that it surprises me. That was Boreas' final thoughts before merging with the ley lines. It's the reason Mondstadt remains unharmed by his god remains. In his final moments, he made a choice to give everything he was to the ley lines. All to protect Mondstadt from harm.
Sounds like Andreas spent thousands of years searching for his place in the world, too.
Yes. And now our task is to return the answer he found, the decision he made, to Andreas' heart. Only then can he break free from the corruption and control of the Abyss, and make that decision once more.
Merged himself with the ley lines.
I see. I would say that planting thoughts inside the mind of a god sounds a little far-fetched, but since it was his own wish to begin with, it sounds feasible to me.
Wait, we already have a perfect solution? Then why are we even having this meeting? Let's go do this thing!
Ha ha ha. If only it were that simple. Unfortunately, this one thought alone is unlikely to be powerful enough to break through the Abyss's control and reach Andreas' heart. We need to find a way to make the thought within this sword stronger and more resilient.
For now, Boreas needs all his remaining strength to fight against the abyssal corruption to Mondstadt's ley lines. He can't afford to send us any more of his power. However, since his form was unstable during his journey with the first Knight of Boreas, many wolf spirit fragments were left behind along the way. If we can collect those fragments, we can use them to strengthen the decision to merge with the ley lines.
So we need to retrace his steps and look for random fragments? But they could be anywhere between Nodcry and Mondstadt. It'll be like looking for a needle in a haystack.
You don't need to worry about that. There's a few fragments left to gather in Nodcry, but apart from that, most of them are already inside this sword. I've been collecting them during the whole expedition.
Huh? Wait, really?
I mean, it's an expedition, not a stroll in the park. Each step of the way, we've been hard at work planning for every possible contingency. Not just the Wild Hunt in the Abyss, but ancient gods remaining in Nodcry.
Sounds like this plan was a long time in the making. It's almost as if you foresaw the future.
As a matter of fact, I did. I caught a glimpse of fate's reflection. But I can't take credit for it. It was all thanks to the help of a few friends. Still, all I foresaw was that an abyssal calamity was brewing in the north. Had I known more, we could have saved a lot of energy. Instead, we've had to make best guesses, prepare for every possible scenario. If all that preparation went to waste, all the better for it. But anything that proved useful, we knew we'd be grateful for down the line.
And sure enough, now it's proving useful.
Sure is. Just one crucial step remains. We need to gather the last few wolf spirit fragments scattered around Nodcry, and use them to make the thought within this sword as strong as it could possibly be. According to what Boreas told me before we left Mondstadt, his form was at its most unstable at the beginning of his journey. That means the fragments here should be the most powerful ones. But of course, we've been tied up fighting battles since the day we set foot in Nodcry. First with the Wild Hunt, then with the Doctor. So, it wasn't until recently that we were finally able to confirm the status of the wolf spirit fragments. We now know there are 3 left to find.
Okay, so 3 more mini expeditions to go.
I managed to gather 1 fragment before Roland reappeared. I also have a confirmed location for the second, which I'll take care of in short order. As for the 3rd fragment, we've identified a general search area to focus on, but we'll need all hands on deck to pinpoint the exact location.
Wow, you really made a lot of progress already.
The final snag is that since our foe is a replica of Roland, he too will be aware of Andrias' history. He's sure to try and sabotage our plans by any means at his disposal. So everyone needs to bring their A game.
With our foe being from Mondstadt, it's our duty as Mondstadters to defeat him.
And since the Wild Hunt is involved, the Lightkeepers will provide their full support.
The Clink Clink Krumkake craft shop will also help in any way we can.
So what do they need me here for? Wait, I think maybe I signed a contract at some point. Didn't exactly scrutinize it, though. I mean, who actually reads those things anyway, right?
Ah, great. Knew I could count on you all. Lastly, our friend from the Curatorium of Secrets will provide intel and relay battlefield communications. Looking at you, Yehoda.
So, you'll be darting back and forth across the battlefield, dodging the Wild Hunt and the shadow of an ancient god. I'm impressed by your courage, Miss Yehoda.
Rating for Yehoda updated. Higher quality ingredients will be used to prepare your future meals.
Darn it! I should have known this payday wouldn't come that easy.
I'll deal with the second wolf spirit fragment, which we already know the location of. The moment you make any progress with Fragment 3, be sure to give me an update. Traveler, could you join me in retrieving Fragment 2? I have a feeling that your unique constitution might come in handy.
Sure, I was just gonna ask what my job was. I'll follow your lead, Grandmaster.
All right, time is of the essence. Let's move out, people. Dismiss.
I'm kind of wondering if it's even worth going now, given the fact that I've only got like 10 minutes left.
Add Astro. Thank you for Add
Dad asked...
We want to do these little things and then we'll call it a day. Continue next week, because the next couple of days are going to be filled with Fortnite and Sims.
This
I was hoping you would let me finish today. More stuff get added. Damn it. It's kinda. To be fair. Technically don't have that much left. I did not mean to make 2 of those.
If you ever...
Okay, that's it today, my little blue bunnies. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will definitely see you tomorrow. We're gonna go back into Fortnite, and unfortunately, I'm still gonna play on my own, just due to the fact that I can't seem to communicate with my friends right now, which is unfortunate. But yeah, we will see you very shortly tomorrow. Check out the other content if you can. That would really mean a lot to me. For now, goodbye!